palate cleanser for this like kind of top 6 that we had going on. We had so many Robs, so many Kazias, so many Pac-Mans too, but we have a Game & Watch thrown into the
top
mix.
8 to say the least.
Yeah. This is top 4 now, no longer in top 8. Guaranteed 4th place for either of these players. We're getting into single digits. You don't have to share with anybody else.
So heartbreaking though. We're guaranteed to lose 1 Oklahoman.
Oh yeah.
Which
yeah, that is pretty heartbreaking.
The Invaders have been successful as far, so we need to send our best, which means these two need to play their heart out right now to prove that they are the one that deserves the chance to get like 3rd, 2nd, you know, 1st, whatever placing they end up getting.
I will say, like, kind of looking at it from like the perspective where we are right now, this is kind of Glizzard set to lose.
Right.
And I say that because of things like that. Game & Watch deals with projectiles better than a lot of characters in this game.
One of the best
he might
in the
not
game.
have like the same sort of like particular counterplay that a lot of characters will have against a character like Pac-Man.
Right.
He
Game
will
Watch is
still
definitely one of the best in the games at dealing with projectiles. 100%.
And I mean, you have a counter. You essentially can grab and take it away a lot of the stuff from him. Hard to catch Game & Watch. Obviously, you see with the uppy playing with the air momentum. Pac-Man have a hard time really catching that, but he's trying to reflect the key, and he gets hit for it instead.
He let go too early. That is going to cost him there.
We're gonna get juggled. It might be a little bit tricky, like to have Hydrant just be beaten by up air. So Glizzard might want to keep that in mind whenever he's throwing that out there. That, oh yeah, I can just get challenged over here. Maybe not want to throw that all around all the time. But he has the lead right now. Even me saying that, like, this is his set with his
really
lose.
good grab. Once again, dude, I sound like a broken record right now, but G-Bro has had so many good grabs going on this tournament, right? So many good findings on when his opponents are going to approach him, when they're going to try and stop him from charging fruit, right, and take the center. But he's just not letting them. He's finding so many grabs on those interactions.
Yeah, conditioning the shield too very well. And I feel like Bell goes alongside that, and Bell kind of just does a lot of the work to reach into that idea. But I mean, like, sometimes it might just have to come through, like, their own way. He grabs Bell, see if he does anything with this. Right now, he's at 69%, and you don't want to gain any more damage if you're Vapor, but he gets a roll up smash red.
Yeah, we're going to see
Okay, here we go. We got a combo. No combo.
No,
I lied. He still got it.
He still got it anyways. Finding that nair, finding the grab, sorry, to get into the nair. But unfortunately, only finding 40. That's very low when you consider Game & Watch. What this character can do. Yes, I saw it too, Jonathan. Oh my goodness.
You saw him use the momentum from the hydrant.
We know G-Bro has many tricks up his sleeves that he's going to be using in this set for sure.
At the same time, to that same testament, his opponent can do the same thing.
Right.
Like, that's one of the things you have to, like, really be careful about when fighting against Pac-Man. Not trying to outdo them at their own game. They might just end up, like, crossing you for it. Nice. He avoids the bell. Okay, yeah, no bell for nobody.
But that nair is going to hit just the last hitbox of that nair.
Oh, wow, okay. He gave him stage control there. He still got something off of that. And the up air is going to kill him. But he has to be careful just not to, like, if he's going to give up stage control with Bell already out, he might just have to give up Bell sometimes.
Right.
It's worked out for him for the most part. Done them really well with the most amount of justice it possibly could with this character. And there's like that fair, like the fair approaches aren't working around. G-Bro is doing a really good job of just keeping those away.
I'm loving how he's playing around down here. One of my, like as a Pikachu player, a Pikachu Raw player, I'm not gonna like Game & Watch as a character too much, but I love seeing people play against Game & Watch. I love seeing how they deal with Game & Watch's options, how they deal with, like, let's say the downer, how they deal with up B, you know, what they choose to do. You know, it's a really good test of patience and, like, test of skill from a player, seeing how they interact with Game & Watch. And I've been loving how G-Bro has been using these platforms to move around Game & Watch downer.
Yeah.
Just looking to find any damage he can. Like, he found the up air earlier.
Wait.
This is not good for him, though.
I'm surprised he still made it out of that situation. We had another Skittle.
He was confident in his shield, and his shield did not let him down.
There you go, Hydrant there.
Hydrant
best friend. He has almost a full stock lead, and you want to try to get. There's another grab.
Dude, every single situation so far, Vapor has been like getting grabbed in these situations where he's like, all right, I'm gonna try and reflect the bell. I'm gonna try and shield, you know, whatever he does. And G-Bro just ready every single time, almost ready again.
Yeah, he almost had that grab there, just a little bit too far outside of range. Oh wow, and he's Okay, I thought he was getting hit by Hydrant there, get the combo into there. Here's a fair ledge trap. See if he gets anything off that. Nothing, but he still has the stage control. Like, he's doing a really good job defensively of, like, just not letting Game & Watch have anything whatsoever. And there you go, there's a fair. There's a Hydrant reflected, grabs it, grabs a fruit. He has an orange, and if you do have a background on Vapor, he is very good with items.
These items.
Yes.
He will be posting every now and then.
He has YouTube videos on these.
Yeah, YouTube videos on Discord. He'll be posting on Twitter. Like everything, these random like item combos that he'll be labbing out, especially with Rob Gyro. So if we see him fight those Robs later on in bracket, I'm sure we'll be able to see it. We'll see it a little bit more. I know he did fight Cosmo earlier.
He did fight Cosmo earlier. He didn't really use Gyro too much, but he didn't have to.
Too much, yes, but he didn't have it a lot. Nonetheless, though, we're focusing on this set versus a Pac-Man right now. That shield,
yeah, that shield could have been, yeah, he could have gotten poked there, but thankfully he didn't.
Shield is
thankfully,
last
if you're
line
him,
of
he didn't
defense.
get poked.
Last line of defense right now is that shield. He's got to rely on that right now, but he also has to make sure he doesn't get grabbed. That might not do it. Okay, never mind.
Okay, he charged it a little bit too much, but
well,
that was a misinput.
Yeah, I would figure.
If
He
you
judgment the Hydrant.
If you know him, he will not, like, he won't even go for down throw 9. The only time he tried, and I've seen him really try for it, was in a Hail Mary situation last, like, few weeks ago at Dare Capital.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Yeah, he played Justin 24.
Justin, yeah.
And
Yoshi
he hit the 9, but Yoshi armored through it, and he still lost the game anyway.
Yeah, double jump armor. But going back to this, though, no sort of Hail Mary 9s here, just an unfortunate misinput judgment. Gonna get him killed there. And Edwin Gbro taking the first game.
Here we go, game number 2, going back, small battlefield.
Let's see.
There you go, yeah. Driving in the corner. Driving in the corner right now. He's getting caught, and there we go. That's a great start for Vapor right now.
We're gonna see what Edwin is able to, or how Edwin or Gbro is gonna be able to bring this back here. Oh my God, in the back. Fortunately for Edwin, that's gonna be an early stock lost.
Early stock lost, and now this is look like the Noah of old. The Noah that can take control of situations, just does everything that he can. He's keeping him, okay. He's keeping him up with up air, but just finds a nair. Nair of his own, 80%.
I mean, what was looking like a really good, I will say the last game was fairly close to some situations. It wasn't
It was
huge
close, but for the most part, like,
Edwin
defensively, Glizzard was doing insane with that.
Right. But right now, I mean, it's all Vapor. It's been all Vapor so far. This second stock, too. The first stock was all Vapor. This second stock right now is all Vapor. And now we're on the last stock for Gbro.
Yeah. And he only has 35%. He still has all of his stocks intact. And we go back on the Nair train.
Into it. 33. Again, we're still not getting that, like, 70, even 60, you know. It's something a little bit more you'd expect from Game & Watch in those situations. But the Bacon going to make up for that damage, taking him to that 60% that we're talking about here.
Okay, kind of looking at it right now. These defensive situations that won Glizzard the last game are just being taken advantage of, and he's just hitting him more for trying to escape.
Right, makes sense. I mean, right now though, oh, there we go. That's the bucket he wants to see on those hydrants. He doesn't want to see it at like kind of a little bit further back spacing to where he doesn't he doesn't get the hydrant reflected, and he just kind of goes over his bucket. I apologize, I kind of.
Okay, yeah, whip punish on the down smash. Try to do something about the hydrant. Gets reflected, and he gets it, and he gets the bell instead. Could he do something with this? Could he be all lights out? And here's a punish? No. Dash attack is a pretty polarizing move. The punish again, -3 on shield. But even then, he still wanted to take that chance. You're in the driver's seat when you have these projectiles sometimes.
Yeah. We did talk about how good Game & Watch is at fighting projectiles, but, I mean, Pac-Man having those arcing projectiles, the very weird angle projectiles, makes it a little bit harder, even though Bucket will reflect it, it's still a little bit harder to be ready for, you know. You gotta be ready for all angles, and sometimes it's kind of a bait. You know, we've seen earlier in the in the first game, where he would throw a projectile, and Vapor would instinctively bucket, and then just immediately nothing would happen, but that doesn't matter there. That doesn't matter there. That is a successful bucket
attempt. He finally lands the F smash there. We had a similar situation in game number 1, but
that's a 3-stock too.
Yeah, that's a 3-stock.
Very dominant 3-stock.
And a very complete 180 compared to what we saw in that first game. We just got to see, like, these players, again, they're here for a reason. They're all the way over in top 4. They got to be able to adapt, and we're going to Pokemon Stadium.
Like I said, if Oklahoma wants to defend their regional, we got to send our best. So if the Vapor and Jibro are not playing to this degree, right, what are we going to do?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, they got to prove it to themselves as well. All right, we got to make sure.
Yep. Getting PS2 as the stage choice. Winner of this will end up getting more shots into the loser's bracket.
Wants it, man.
But even then, just having set advantage alone is pretty huge.
Right. I mean, it's even Stevens now, so this is now a best of 3. That's all that matters. These next
And you're going to hear the up air
games,
looking very similar to the last game, 47%. And there you go. He
finding a
did
huge combo.
Huge combo and gets a hydrant reflected. And I mean, like, I'm talking about that situation where he could be challenging a little bit on the hydrant whenever Jibro's in the air.
Right.
But no, Vapor, he's not doing a whole lot with that.
I think part of the reason, right, is because you don't really want to mess it up. So far, Jibro hasn't gotten too much off of this situation. There you go, finally finding the up B punish on it. But there's the thing, he gets a grab for it. And up B, unfortunately, only does like 3% or so. It's a very small punish. It is a punish, though, nonetheless. So it can definitely deter Jibro from doing those situations later on in the set.
Okay, he tried to grab that item out of shield, no avail. Here comes the hydrant. Hydrant going to be helping out Pac-Man right now.
Or their hydrant coming out.
There you go. Does he land? Yes, he does. He gets back defensively without touching Pac-Man. There you go. Here's the up smash. I love just like using those like short like smash attacks to be able to get advantage with the hydrant and not have it controlled like in any sort of situation. Yeah, he just reflected again. Wow, that went straight over Pac-Man.
Again with the back throw, again with the grabs. It's always when he's approaching. That will be the stock there for Jibro.
In most cases, he's never really in that spot. He's in that spot for the back air, but it's working out. The end of Galaga got a combo.
We're hearing the crowd kind of cheer a little bit for Edwin right now.
And here you go, he grabbed him through the hydrant.
Yep.
Haven't seen a whole lot of those tonight because a lot of people have had good counterplay against it.
Play correctly this time around. Instead of getting hit by the bell, and again the grab. Any situation where he's, oh my god.
Oh boy. He sent that bell all the way up and it basically alley-ooped him.
Well, now we're on the other side of things. Will Vapor get reversed? Will Vapor get like 3 stocks by Edwin? Sorry, for Jibro.
Or will the reverse restock happen? It's doable.
Yeah, or will he at least get a stock?
Jibro is looking very strong this game.
Like,
not a lot that can really deter him.
We saw how much momentum Vapor had in the last game, and now it's all Jibro again. Like, he's reset the situation many times at this point, but that might be it. No, sorry, he's a little bit lower.
Yeah, he got the jump.
That definitely
all right, so full stock lead. You're gonna have to deal with a whole. He's gonna have a whole idea of Pac-Man projectiles to be able to get through this. You got to deal with another Galaga, another bell, maybe a whole other slew of projectiles there. But he gets a combo, 37% and stage control.
Right, and now we're on the ledge here. We're gonna see what Vapor can do to him on the ledge. He has to make
jumped into both of those. Yeah,
he did jump into both of those, but it didn't lead to too much. It just put him on the same situation again. Grab, not gonna find its mark.
Okay, yeah. Shielded by the hydrant. Yep, that.
The hydrant again protecting him.
The fruit not getting through. There you go. Here's almost a juggle combo. Weird to say that you can just juggle Game & Watch.
I mean, he can only do it so much, right?
Oh, yeah.
He gets that up air and then he has to back away, but he does find the F-tilt on the landing. However, moving on to this next situation here. Vapor at 95 here, 1 bell S-smash, 1 wrong mistake on the bell situation, and again, he tries to go for it there. Oh my god.
And he does the same thing that he did to Isaiah. He read the dash.
He's so mean. No, I'm kidding.
He knows it.
They're buds.
He knows, like, and that's
just
like a testament to like his conditioning and like just where he is as a player now.
Right.
He's come like such a long way. For those who don't know, he used to main Little Mac.
Oh, he did, yes.
He mained Little Mac for the longest time, and he terrorized Oklahoma City.
He was so good at Little Mac. Oh my god.
But now, like, kind of got bullied out of it playing the Pac-Man, and he's making the Pac-Man work amazingly.
Yeah. I mean, we saw it there, like the last game. He lost twice to Bell getting bucketed. And so then the first situation, he got a grab off the bell, or sorry, off the bucket. And then the next situation, he throws the bell the other way. Vapor's like, oh, okay, let me just run in then. Let me prevent him from getting it. And again, finding that S smash. He understands that sometimes it's a visual trick. It's visually functional. It's the same thing as him hitting the bell anyways. It doesn't matter. They're not.
It's a visual trick, and especially like he's added like more so what it feels like recently. like, his situational awareness has grown a lot.
What a
And with a
grab
character that
again.
already thrives on situational awareness, like, just to have that in your back pocket and kind of know a little bit more about matchups and other characters
Right.
is insane.
For sure, for sure. And he's seeing right now, okay, a great start from G-Bro again for this game.
Yeah.
Sorry, for this game 4.
I feel like Vapor might just be playing a little bit too much with Hydrant. And it's starting to get him a little bit because, like, dealing with Hydrant and taking that out of the, like, Pac-Man's toolkit, he's not getting anything off of it. He's not getting anything off of Hydrant. He's trying to reflect everything. But at the end of the day, like, you have to land damage. You have to land stuff versus Pac-Man. And he is not doing that right now. He's essentially has an 80% deficit.
Right. I mean, 113, like I said before, like, Game Watch can get a lot of damage, but getting those kills can be hard. From time to time, especially with how G-Bro has been playing. He's playing so safe, so far away, only going in whenever he knows he has the correct opportunity to find more and more damage and build this lead. But as I say that, G-Bro does find himself in a situation,
well, he
I'm
was
not
in
even
a
able to finish that
situation. He got himself out of that barely.
And he hit the hits? No.
Okay,
too
sour
high.
hit. I'm so very
sour
surprised
hit.
that he got up there.
2 sour hits in a row.
And at this point, it could be stale. Could be stale if he tries another one of those.
That's true. That's true. Although I think at 160, it'll likely kill anyways. I have been wrong before, though.
Yeah, you have been
Many
wrong.
times.
Many times tonight, included. Okay, there's the up smash on the Hydrant. Again, it's not really getting anything. The only thing that's really getting him is, like, stage control. But for how long?
Right. I mean, we're seeing the players return to neutral a lot more after Edwin playing, like, really far away from Vapor.
But he gets
Now
a
he
stock
finally
there.
finds a kill, but we saw
Stock with
players
the
returning to
F-tilt.
neutral.
Killing
more
with
often.
F-tilt is something you don't see a lot with Pac-Man until, like, a very, very high percent. And Game & Watch is a very light character. There you go. He gets himself off a sledge. And there you go. Straight back in the place he likes to be, what he calls home, behind Hydrant.
That's his favorite spot for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Chilling behind the Hydrant, able to get the fruits, able to get a lot of things started.
And, like, offensively for Vapor, he's not getting a whole lot, too. Because you see him, like, trying to set up these frame traps. But, like, look at that. He got interrupted as soon as he tried to do that. Like,
Right. Oh, but that nair, though, sorry, that grab is going to get punished with a nair into F-tilt. Not going to take the stock, but it is going to set him up on the ledge.
okay, yeah, but, like,
the
see with the frame traps like that, like, he tries to set up, like, a fair. And it tries to set up a jab, a grab. G-Bro's pressing buttons out of that. That's
It
not
doesn't
something you
matter.
press buttons out of.
He does not care.
He does not care. You're right.
Yep. But unfortunately for him, not caring is going to lead to him dying to that up smash. And now we're back to the second stock. But again, finding another grab on these dash situations. Really pay attention to these dash up situations because G-Bro has been finding so many grabs.
He's been finding a way to, like, get rid of the threat that is Game & Watch burst options. And alongside of that, abusing his own as well. Oh my god, he almost got grabbed, but it just whiffed. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, nothing there. Just some damage. No stage control. G-Bro fights himself out of the corner again, but here we go. He's going to get juggled. Trembling over my words over this pressure.
I know. Oh my.
But no more of that. He just gets traded.
Find it.
And this is loser side stock. Maybe he does not want to go
This could
out
be
at
his last
fourth.
stock. This could be his last stock, but we've seen Vapor clutch these up before. I have seen this man live to 212 on Game & Watch and bring it back, which is insane.
Yes.
Like, genuinely
Oh,
insane.
yeah.
I don't understand how.
It feels like in this state, like, people call it Mickey Mouse, but, like, these characters that are deemed light will just live forever.
They will just live. I will say, I think they're called Mickey Mouse characters for a different reason.
Oh,
the
yeah,
weight,
yeah.
But we are seeing, though, I mean, Vapor hasn't been touched. Oh, well, he
Okay,
did
he
get
got
hit
touched
But
there.
he hasn't been hit by anything major
But,
just
like,
yet.
he's really fighting. He's finally getting those confirms.
That
There's the
back air.
jump. There's
If he
the
finds
jump
another
call
one,
out.
that'll be it.
There you go.
Nope, he will not.
He's not setting up for Bacon, which honestly makes sense, but he has to try for something here that even, like, have a chance to go to last stock.
Bucket coming out is going to reflect Galaga. It does lead to the up B not hitting, but that's okay. It does break the Hydrant, but nothing too much out of it. We're going to see, can Vapor find this stock before taking any more percent? Yes,
Okay,
he will.
Yeah,
Yes, he will.
he finds an F-tilt, which probably meant to be a fair, but nonetheless, he still
that
gets
looked
the stock.
intentional. It looked like he was reading a jump for sure there. And we're
there you
going to
go.
see, now that players are both, or sorry,
Yeah.
now that both players are back to even, we're
He
going
caught
to
him
see
shielding.
G-Bro
He caught him
finding
just
the
drifting down. He got, like, up tilted twice.
Right. That juggle situation, like you talked about earlier, it's very rare to see a character that can juggle Game & Watch. But even, even with Pac-Man's case, and even with G-Bro's case, he knows not to overextend on it, or else he will be getting reversaled by that down air by whatever else Game & Watch can do in that situation.
I love his defense, like in that situation, just not to panic whenever like he's about to get hit with Bell or shield Bell.
Okay.
There you go. Here's in there. It interrupts the person. Okay.
Now we have the mini game.
Here's the mini game.
Grab again.
Little bit sooner timing. He could have gotten a tech face off of that.
Oh my God!
But he lives.
He bounced it off the backboard. It ain't gonna matter.
Okay, so he's aiming him off. Could be curtains, but Vapor still has the argument to try to fight himself out of the corner. He does. He tries to catch Pac-Man, but here comes Hydrate. Here comes projectiles. He reflects it, and there's an up air,
gonna take it.
And that is it.
Yes,
that is
sir.
3-1 over the former #1 player in Oklahoma.
Former #1.
Both
of
these
these
players,
are former
yes.
#1s because right now Caden is #1, but Caden not in bracket anymore. But we do have G-Bro.
G-Bro, Glizzard.
Yes, he
again,
will be
whatever
playing.
you want to call him, you can't run from him. You can't deny it. Top 3 guaranteed for somebody who wasn't even supposed to be.
Cosmo, right? But I believe we will be going to ad break first before we get to this game, or sorry, before we get to this next game.
Yeah.
So don't go too far, y'all. We'll be right back.
Get
Don't
a
worry.
snack,
See y'all.
Get whatever you need. Come back. We'll be
Come
here.
right back.